Hey babe, I need you to start thinking about getting up now. Come on, it's actually time to get up now. You gotta get up, we're gonna be late. I have a 13-year-old son. Eats all the time, tends to sleep all the time as well. Every now and then, he does crash out at about 7 p.m. and doesn't emerge from his room until the next morning. But that next day, after he has an epic slumber, he ultimately has a great day. A 2016 study published by the CDC states that 2/3 of high school students in the United States are failing to get enough sleep on school nights. This ultimately shows me that teens are not getting enough sleep, and therefore we should push back on the start of when middle school and high school starts. So first, I'm going to bring this problem to the forefront, identify the issue so that you're able to see it the same lens that I am. Next, I'm going to show you some possible solutions, maybe some things that'll satisfy this issue. And then I'm going to give us some results that we can visualize together so that we can see that there is a cohesive solution that can bring this issue into a non-issue state of mind. Adolescents between the ages of 13 and 18 should be getting a minimum of 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night, according to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. Teens that don't receive enough sleep are grouchy, they're moody, and they're irritable, as if they aren't already. Lack of sleep can also heighten feelings of depression, which we know is a really big problem in our youth as well. According to an article on the UCLA Health website, there is a higher risk of car accidents or job accidents in teens that are sleep deprived. Not so fun fact, the leading cause of death in teens age 12 to 19 is motor vehicle fatality. Just read the data from the National Vital Statistics System mortality on the CDC website as well. Puberty also comes into play as to why teens are struggling with sleep. During puberty, teens begin to experience a delay in their circadian clock. There's a shift in the melatonin release, whereas they were once getting tired around 8 or 9 p.m., that's pushed back a couple hours, so they're actually not getting tired until around 10 or 11 p.m. Plus, that's going to be paired with the same early morning that they normally have. It's going to be a recipe for attitude and sleep deprivation. Teens also struggle with academic and athletic performance because they are not getting enough sleep at night. This also does affect their health and their behavior. Sleep-deprived teens are more easily distracted, and they take more time to recall information than those who aren't. Attention, behavior, and learning problems also go hand in hand with not getting enough sleep at night. Teens that get more sleep before school have better socio-emotional health and cognitive development. Athletic performances are also affected in teens that are overtired and not rested enough to play or train to their full potential. This could be problematic, as some of these college and professional teams do come out to high schools to scout and see how these athletes are performing even when they're younger. Later start times, somewhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, would be super beneficial, not only for students, but for the teachers as well. Teachers also would get a later start with school starting later, which ultimately affects their health as well and will help them teach better and improve their own functions as a teacher. Michelle Perfect, who has a PhD and is a professor of school psychology at the University of Arizona, has done extensive research on this matter particularly. She's found that inadequate sleep duration and poor quality of sleep are common among teachers. Her unpublished study details the fact that teachers with poor sleep scored similarly to patients with early onset dementia by the 5th test that she had them take, which is crazy because you wouldn't want somebody with early onset dementia teaching your children. Parents are also positively affected by these later start times. Parents also get some extra shut-eye, which means they're also well rested and allows for more time to do things in the morning and in the evening, since they are catching a little bit extra sleep. And some families have multiple drop-offs in the morning. So by delaying a middle school or a high school drop-off, it actually enables them to have more time doing other drop-offs with other students or getting themselves to and from places that they need to be before they have to go to work. So a good result for this, good thing you're asking. According to the Start School Later website, there have been bills to study, incentivize, or mandate healthy school start times that have been introduced in at least half of the United States. Luckily, these bills have passed in at least 10 of the states and provinces of the United States. A lot of states are still in the study period, so we won't see any real results for a couple more years, but at least they're getting there. There needs to be more research, there needs to be more information, and training to assess what knowledge we have at this time. We should have more discussions on the current knowledge of what later start times would do for our youth. More conversations that address the neuropsychological impact on teens need to be brought up to the forefront as well. So why does this matter? Because these are your kids. These are your cousins. These are your nieces. These are your nephews. These are your fellow drivers that are on the road. These are the kids that are taking your order, sometimes messing up on them. There are a multitude of reasons as to why later start time for our teenagers matters, but above all, it benefits us all. The roads are safer. Our younger generation is better prepared to take on the world, and parents and teachers who are our sisters, our coworkers, our aunts, our best friends are also well rested and ready to take on the world with us. So when you see that bill, when you see that petitioner trying to get signatures, trying to get this passed, fighting the good fight, go ahead and sign it. Go ahead and vote for it. This is a great change for everyone, but especially for those kids that need us to fight for their right to get enough sleep. Thank you.